Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley, and today I have an absolutely amazing raid in the rack video for you because I've been out and got myself one plant today, but this one plant is absolutely huge and amazing and you won't believe it when you see these leaves. Now I'm trying my best to actually hide this plant because it's behind me right now, and I know most of you have probably guessed already what I'm going to be talking about here. Well, I might as well just reveal him because this time I've got myself a king. This is a huge, mature top cutting from a Monstera deliciosa. So, roll out the red carpet for my king. Look at this, everybody. Can you believe it? I am ecstatic. I just can't believe I was out doing a little bit of plant shopping and I found this king, as I call him now, Monstera deliciosa. Look at the size of these leaves. Now this leaf here in the middle is a new leaf, a whole new leaf, so it's quite soft. It's still trying to harden off. And then there's this big, huge leaf on the side here. And as you can see, there are 3 big stems going on in this plant. And if I should get down in the middle of it, you can see the size of the leaves and the stems, or we should say actually, the petioles of this plant. This petiole here is just like almost a meter long. I don't know. And the other ones too, and they've got this lovely ribbon going on at the top of the stem. There are lots of fenestrations in the leaves and there are lots of slits and there's a lot of beautiful design going on these leaves. Head test, there you go. Head test, there you go. Big, big leaves. And the only way you're going to be able to see and appreciate this on camera is if I get my top cutting from my queen that I took and bring it forth so you can see the size difference and the maturity difference in this Monstera deliciosa. So here she is. This is my queen cutting that I took and I've done videos on. She's still doing really, really well for me and loving her new life in her new terracotta pot. And I've put a lovely quartz crystal cluster at the front that I found myself while I've been out and about. But look at the size of these leaves. Aren't they just gorgeous? Oh yes. And then I'm going to go down and then look at the leaves behind me. The size difference. They are enormous. Enormous. So now I've got myself a queen and a king. And I'm so happy about this. When I was at the plant centre collecting this plant, there were at least 3 people in the garden centre trying to decide which of the top cuttings they wanted to buy. Because I think there were around 8 top cuttings that the garden centre had bought. And when I got to the queue, there were at least 3 or 4 people in the queue with this plant in their hands, ready to run off home with it. Because it's not very often you find a Monstera deliciosa on sale with leaves the size of my king. Now you can see my queen above here. Look at her lovely leaves. And now look at my king. Much bigger, huge. And this plant is going to be sitting in the back, in the middle of this room, our indoor terrace garden here. And it is just going to fill out and look like a jungle. And my queen here, she is going to be on our windowsill in our kitchen, which is an east-facing window that gets a little bit of direct light, but not too much because it's under a kind of shelter out there on our balcony area. So she's going to be very happy too. This king here is going to make a huge statement in the middle of our indoor terrace garden here now. So already in this video, I want to get on and pot on this plant into its terracotta pot because I want to make sure this plant is going to stay as happy as my queen cutting here and all the other cuttings that are on the way. Videos coming up soon. So just to show you the terracotta pot I bought here, lovely big terracotta pot. It's breathable so that when this plant gets watered, it will never be able to get overwatered because the water will be able to evaporate out of the sides easily. It has a big drainage hole in the bottom, which I will be putting a crystal stone on top of so that all the soil doesn't just run all the way through it. I'm going to be filling this pot with an aerating good potting mix, and I've mixed in perlite, leca balls and bark, big pieces of wood bark, and mixed all that together and made my own soil to put in this pot. So I'm going to go ahead straight away in this video, get this plant potted up and then put it in place so we can see the final result. So let's cue fast forward. So now I've got my king into his pot. It's just a matter of filling around with soil around the edge. I don't want to disturb the roots in any way. I'm not going to be pulling them out or anything. I'm just leaving them as they are and carrying on with the soil. Oh, I am absolutely loving this. This is my plant, my Monstera deliciosa king, repotted in his beautiful terracotta pot so that I know that it is completely breathable and won't get overwatered, has a drainage hole in the bottom, all the necessary things as a minimum to keep your Monstera deliciosa happy and well and free from root rot. So right now, I'm ready to move everything off the side at the back of me here, all the other plants I have, and put my king in place to see this beautiful, amazing canopy transformation take place. OMG, wow. Just look at this amazing king Monstera deliciosa on my sideboard here. Look how it fills out the area absolutely perfectly. Oh, wow. This is just gorgeous. I can't be happier. Wow. And just to show you the difference in size between my king and my queen now, I'm going to put her up on the side so you really get the scale on camera. So there they are together. My queen Monstera deliciosa and my king Monstera deliciosa. Look at them. They look gorgeous together like that. And in fact, I was going to put my queen in the kitchen window, but I've decided I want to keep her next to my king because I think the contrast between the two is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely magical, and it just gives a beautiful canopy all the way up and down. Looks like I have a big bushy plant already. I know they're both going to be happy. They're in terracotta pots, breathable soil, air hole in the bottom, won't get overwatered, have a lovely humid room here, and they should be very, very happy. I also have these lights around the edge here, and well, I just think this is amazing. So I really, really hope you enjoyed seeing this raiding the rack and repotting of my Monstera deliciosa plant. This is just amazing. That new leaf is going to harden off in no time, and before I know it, there should be new petals coming up with new leaves to give me one big, gorgeous plant here in the middle of our indoor terrace garden. And look at that lovely Scindapsus pictus exotica by the side, bringing up the height as well, and my Dracaena fragrans over there. And on this side, I have my Scindapsus trubii moonlight on the way up that totem, and my Raphidophora in the corner there, another Dracaena down in the bottom, and another Philodendron Florida Ghost, huge leaf that was supposed to have produced more leaves by now, but is sitting still since I bought it. I got it in the post, and hasn't really changed, but it's still alive. So I hope that's going to give me something later. But back to these gorgeous beauties. If I stand here, look at this beast above me. I was out raiding the rack, brought this plant home, washed it off, let it dry off, gave it acclimatization time, repotted it, and now it's rehomed in its spot where I think it's just going to be magical. And you know what? I only paid 510 Swedish krona for all this. And I think that was a brilliant price for a plant with mature leaves this size. These leaves are, well, 70 centimetres long or something like that. I mean, they are enormous. And well, imagine what the new ones are going to be like when they come out if the starting point is like this. So, I just want to show you this plant closer up with some video slots and some photos so we can really understand the size of these leaves and understand their beauty. So, I really hope you enjoyed seeing this plant closer up, and well, I hope you can get out there wherever you are in the world and find yourself some big, beautiful Monstera plants with leaves as gigantic as this. Anyway, thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be uploaded, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.